Okay. Now I just put on some yoga shorts or whatever, a little more stretchy than my boxers. Every morning I do the breathing, and actually I do that probably 5 times a day because it just feels so good. And you just got to keep doing it. I know at first it may not seem like that, but I promise one day after you keep doing it, you're like, oh, that's where it's at. So, we'll just stand. We'll just do a little standing today. Stand with your feet about hip distance apart, or 2 fists. You could put 2 fists in there. Tighten up your glutes, your legs. You want them real strong. Make sure you're pressing every piece of your foot, from toe to ankle to sides, all are down and on your mat. So really feel that weight. Tighten your glutes, tighten your core, pull your shoulders back and down away from your ears. Tuck your tailbone, so I never knew what that was, or tilt your pelvis, tuck your tailbone. They say, I tell my dad, thrust. So like if you're thrusting, but anyway, again, feel your feet grounded, every piece of your foot, tighten your glutes, pull your shoulders back and down away from your ears, tilt your pelvis or thrust. Feel how that takes all that weight off of your lower back. And let's take an inhale, sweep your arms and hands out and then up, and as you're reaching, pull your shoulders down, tuck your tailbone. Should we just say thrust? Thrust. Tighten your glutes, gaze up just a little, don't crank your neck. So you're pulling your shoulders down, reaching. So that's a good stretch. So it's like you're pulling your shoulders down, you're reaching, you're tightening your glutes, and now bring it back down. So this time let's do it with our breath. So we're gonna inhale, reach up, pull your shoulders down, and exhale, bring your belly into your spine and release. So we're always gonna do that. When you exhale, you always want to bring your belly in and your ribs, tuck them into back towards your spine, because that, again, lines everything up. So inhale, reach your shoulders up, reach your hands up, pull your shoulders down, thrust. Now exhale, bring your belly into your spine and relax. Again, inhale, reaching up, pulling your shoulders down, tuck your tailbone, tighten your glutes. Now release and bring your belly back to your spine. Go ahead and do 2 on your own. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And if you notice, if you watch me while I'm doing it, I'm constantly doing, what I'm saying to you is what I'm saying it for myself. Like, tucking your tailbone, tightening your glutes. Like I'm doing the same thing and have to remind myself. You'll see me when I'm up like this, I have to reposition and come back down. So you just keep doing it. And again, I've been doing this not that long, but a little over a year, and I'm constantly having to remind myself. Okay, so we did a good stretch with that. Go ahead, and if you wanna get your shoulders loosened up. Again, you're strong in your legs. Tighten your glutes, thrust. Feel the weight in your feet. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. I don't know who I'm talking to, but good. Go ahead and bring your feet about as wide as your mat. And Don't lock your knees, but just keep them, you know, just a little bit bent, depending on your flexibility if you need to. And actually, let's do it like that. So bend your knees, but don't make sure they're not all the way up. Just bend them and kind of have your hips back. So don't let your knees go over your ankles. Maybe a tiny, tiny bit, not like this, and your hips are back. So come forward, keeping your back flat, okay? Bring your hands down to your shins. So we're gonna do, just watch me. So this is our inhale. And you see how my back is flat, my neck is straight, my gaze is down. And exhale, you can really bend those knees. Inhale, exhale. Bend your knees, round your back. And real quick, when I'm inhaling and getting a flat back, I'm using my hands to push into my shins to make everything strong. Your hips are back. Remember, your knees are back. So just keep it, you're rounding your back. So that should feel pretty good. That's giving a nice warm up to the whole side back of your legs and your spine. It's giving it a curl. So let's come back up and stretch. Bring your belly in before you exhale. And we can let's do our arms. Take your left arm, put it across you, and I know everybody's done this stretch, but this time, don't put your right arm here. Put it down, like further close to your hand. So when you're standing, make sure you're not moving anything else. It's just your arm that's reaching over. Legs are tight, glutes are tight, tuck your tailbone. Legs are strong. And just kind of use your right arm to stretch that. We'll do the other side. Bring your right arm over. Make sure everything's facing forward. Now use it to stretch your arm. Everything's forward. Tuck your tailbone. Good. And I like to do another stretch up. Pulling your shoulders down, tuck your tailbone. Release, bringing your belly into your spine. I'm gonna say it a million times because that's what I do in my head, and that's what I wish I would have known when I was teaching myself on YouTube. Let's go ahead and we'll do like we're gonna get our spine on, both. We already rounded it, so now we're going to put the arch in it. I want you to make sure, so go ahead and put your hands on your hips, and they're not really here, they're more towards your back. Pull your shoulders back and down, and you're using your elbows to kind of pull your chest out and up and your shoulders back, okay? So that, and then tuck your tailbone or thrust. So you feel that difference when you're standing. And when we inhale, bring your gaze up, but use your whole body. You're not just, you don't want to do that with your spine. You don't want to go like that. You want to be strong. Remember, you feel your feet into your mat. Tuck your tailbone, pull your shoulders back, pull your elbows back. Now, when you inhale, you're kind of leaning, like push. And you get that arch without, I hope I'm explaining that right. And then when you exhale, bring it in. And release your head and neck. Shoulders come forward. So inhale, lift your chest, pull your shoulders back. Make sure you're tucking your tailbone. Bring it all in, release. Round your back. Inhale, pull your shoulders back, lift your chest, thrust, then come back. Bring it in. Inhale, shoulders back, elbows back, thrust, so that you can just lean back. Good. I hope I'm explaining that okay, so you can feel it in your arms and your legs tightening up. That's where you get your muscle. I hope maybe next time I'll have a sports bra on so that you can see, I don't know. Anyway, so there's our spine. We can do our, let's go ahead and do our calves. So, or just the whole back of our legs. So if you are, then with, now if you can only get to here, just go to here. Just make sure your back is straight. So slowly walk down as far as you can go. Again, it's not about how far down you can go, it's about keeping your back straight. So if you're only right here, you're right here. If you're only right, however it is. If you can come all the way down, which I barely can, wherever you get. Now, bend your legs. We're kind of doing what we did before, but we're gonna really stretch it. So make sure your feet are parallel to each other. However you need to bend your knees, bend them. You can even start with bending, and then as you're down here, you can see straightening your legs. Take a deep breath in. And when you exhale, bring your belly back towards your spine, and you can feel how that'll take you deeper. So inhale, filling up, start to bring your belly back to your spine, and exhale. Takes you so much further. And go ahead and do 2 full breaths on your own. Bring that belly into your spine. Whew. Okay, bend your knees and bring them together. Again, adjust as you need to. You know, it's taken me about a year to get some flexibility. I didn't have any. So, you know, whatever feels good, but a little bit challenging. Take your left hand, this is going to be our spinal twist. Left hand to your mat, kind of in the middle of your feet, or yeah, in the middle of your feet. And bend your left leg, left arm and left leg your left arm's in the middle, left leg, bend your knee and twist to your right. So the more you bend that knee, the more you'll be able to twist depending on your flexibility. So inhale, bending that knee, reaching up, bring your gaze up a little, and exhale. Let yourself dangle for a second. Inhale, bring your belly back to your spine as you exhale. Put your right hand in between your feet, bend your right knee, and reach up with your left hand, bringing your left shoulder back. I'm bending my knee even more. Left shoulder back, gaze just, a little to the left. You're inhaling, you're reaching, pulling that shoulder back. Bring it back down. Go ahead and do your ragdoll, which if you've never done ragdoll, grab the opposite elbow and just let yourself hang for a minute. You're still, when you're breathing, you're bringing that tummy back to your spine on your exhale. Okay, slowly roll up. Let's go ahead and reach. Inhale, reach up, pull your shoulders down, thrust, And exhale, bring your belly back to your spine and release. One more, inhale, reach up, pull your shoulders down, thrust, tuck your chin. Exhale, bring it all down, belly to spine. Hopefully you guys are getting that. I'm just trying to really stress the tilt your tailbone or thrust. We're gonna call it thrust. And just the counter actions that we're doing. What else did I do in the morning? So we did our twist, we did our legs. I think that's good. Let's just do one more. We'll do the neck, because this is a good one too for breathing as well. Good breathing exercise and neck stretch. So, okay, so you're standing straight. Look down at your feet. Make sure that they are parallel to each other. You never want your feet just scattered, So you can bring them maybe like a fist width apart. And remember, you're strong, put all that weight in your feet. Really feel like every part of your foot on the mat, like feel that. And I mean, it just makes you feel so much stronger, because I think we all kind of just that's why we get, blisters or whatever, sores like on certain parts of our feet. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so you're standing strong. Don't forget, tuck your tailbone, thrust. You can do that all day long, really. That's what take any pressure off your lower back. And now pull your shoulders down away from your ears. Tuck your chin. Make sure your chin's not out like this. So tuck your chin. You want it to be in line with your spine. Okay. Now, slowly bring your left ear to your left shoulder. As the right part of your neck, you can start to feel that stretch. Pull your right shoulder down as your left ear is going to your left shoulder. Do you feel how that? You can also use your hand, your left hand on your right shoulder to give you some idea. Now, watch me first. As I take a deep breath in, I'm pulling my shoulders back and down. I tuck my chin. This is all on my inhale. And on my exhale, I'm bringing my stomach back into my spine, and I'm really pulling my shoulders down. Inhale, lifting, pulling your shoulders back and down. Tuck your chin. Exhale, release. Inhale, lifting your chest, pulling your shoulders back and down. Tuck your chin. Now begin to exhale, bringing your belly to your spine. Don't forget, keep that thrust. One more, inhale. Pull your shoulders back, lift your chest, tuck your chin. Now exhale, belly button to spine, slowly pulling your shoulders down. Keep your thrust. Now let's go ahead and do the other side. Make sure that your feet are parallel, they're even. Just always have to look down. And go ahead, slowly bring your right ear to your right shoulder. You're pulling if you have your palms facing out, pull your shoulders down. Make sure your feet are grounded. You have a little bit of a bend, thrust. Take a bend in your knee and then thrust. Now, inhale, pulling your shoulders back and down, lift your chest, tuck your chin. Exhale, start to bring your belly into your spine, pulling your shoulders down and back still too. Make sure you've got your thrust, which I have to remind myself too all the time. Inhale, lifting, pulling your shoulders back and down, tuck your chin. Exhale, bring that belly into your spine. Make sure you have your thrust going on. Do one on your own. See, and you kind of can, you know, on both of those, really get to know your neck. I mean, you can move it when you feel that stretch, just kind of move it around. Oh, see, like that feels good. I've never done that. That feels good. I mean, you just have to find what, you know, what feels good to you, because everybody's different. I can show you the basics, and hopefully, you know, I really just want people to experience breath and what it does for your posture and getting the oxygen in, and like the stretches. Like, nobody ever taught me that, and I'm sure you can find it somewhere, but I guess the more information that's out there that people can stumble upon is better. So okay, so that's just, it wouldn't normally be that long if, you know, when you do it on your own. But those are just some really good stretches to start in the morning. You do deep breathing, and then give yourself a good neck stretch, and always practicing that thrust and pulling your shoulders back. Just those things are, they're game changers. Yoga is a game changer. Deep breathing is a game changer. So, okay. Hope you liked it.